Hey everyone, this is Paul.
This is Keith.
And welcome to our Let's Play of Terraria. Terraria. Pretty much, it is a 2D side-scrolling version of Minecraft that is more based on more combat than it is building gigantic structures that are impossibly big and takes forever to build unless you're in cheating mode. But pretty much it's a side-scrolling adventure world that does have an ending once we actually defeat all the bosses. So, start off, we'll kind of explain how Terraria works.
Starting off, basically, here's your basic wood cutting with your copper axe. There's three different kinds of things that you can do. You can mine, which at the moment I have only my copper pickaxe. And as you can see Paul is doing, he is cutting down a tree for wood. Wood is useful for mining because it allows you to have platforms to get up and down through the mine shafts. It allows you to have torches, which also is needed with gel, which is monsters, which you will see pretty soon, I assume.
Aren't you glad real trees don't do this in real life?
I am. I'm glad they don't fall on me.
Because
that would hurt.
I mean, it would be convenient that the wood's all chopped up and ready, but...
As you can see down here at the bottom of the screen, our Terraria is a little bit glitchy. You just saw one of the green gel enemies that are down here. He's easily killable, a couple hits and he's normally dead. But he does glitch every so now and then.
It's a common bug with most servers. You will notice NPCs will kind of jump back a few blocks. Enemies, when you hit them, will reappear back where they originally spawned. As you can tell by looking at the sun in the sky above us, that will periodically jump back. At one point or another, I will have to go ahead and manually change the time to nighttime, because there's certain monsters that only spawn at night, and there's certain monsters that spawn in the day. Like in the overworld, we will get slimes, but at night, those slimes will disappear, and we'll actually be getting zombies and demon eyes, which is a type of flying monster. So, we do need to eventually start killing them to get certain items that we'll need to access bosses and other stuff later on. So I guess the first thing we should do is go ahead and do a little bit of exploring. Oh, and those who are wondering about this gentleman walking around up here. Well, he's gone. There he is. He is useless, unless you've never played. This is Daniel. Oh, hi Daniel. He is our guide. If you hit help, he kind of gives you a little bit of information of how to play a game. But we probably will not be talking to him too much, just because he's useless to us. And actually, Keith, I see below your feet, I believe that's iron ore right off the bat.
Indeed. I want to explain the quick differences between the ores that you can distinctly tell.
Before you dig, we have to take out these trees. You can't dig up the dirt underneath the trunks, so we have to remove the trees first.
What you see here is just your normal dirt blocks. You will see them pretty much everywhere on the top layer of the earth. It's pretty simple. It's dirt. Distinct differences between them. Paul, if you want to go ahead and chop that down, I'm going to go over here. There's a, down there below Paul's feet is the iron ore that we believe is iron. Now, if it's not iron, it's most likely, but it is iron. So, there's dirt blocks, there's iron, there's gems, there's copper ore, there's gold ore, and there's tons and tons of different ores that you can find in this game. Each of them allows you to upgrade your armor, your weapons, and a lot of other things they're useful for. Sometimes you can use dirt for blocks, building blocks, or you can use them to get up out of mine shafts, which me and Paul have found out.
Now the tiers usually go, you start off with the lowest tier and you work your way up. The lowest tier would be wood. Luckily for us, the game doesn't make us start off with wooden tools, but ironically the first weapon we get, we start off with this little dinky ass pokey sword thing. It's useless because it swings straight out. If we fought this slime and he jumped over our head and would land on us to hit us, we wouldn't hit him, because we'd have to jump up and hit him. You see how Keith's swinging his weapon over his head. We need a better weapon. So, first thing we need to do with the wood that we've just gathered If you hit escape, you'll actually access your inventory.
Slime.
Nope, he moved. The numbers going across the top is your main hotbar. That's where you put all the tools and stuff that you're going to use. I don't get killed, Keith. Now, have you noticed how come slimes are always evil? They have no brains, they have no organs, they have no free will or thought, yet in every RPG known to mankind, there is always slimes. Why are they so evil?
I suppose people find them as a general disgusting kind of thing. So people classify, you know, it as a, ew, you know, I don't want this thing touching me kind of thing. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I reckon so. Alright, as you see here, because I'm now put the crafting table down, those two items I had that I can make now turns into a bunch. This tells me what I can make, and this tells me what materials I need to make it. You'll only see an item appear if you're on the proper crafting station. There's several different ones for different types. We have to use a furnace to smelt the ore we find, crafting table to put together the basic stuff. We need an anvil to craft armor and weapons and tools. A loom's used to craft anything cloth related. The wood mill is used to craft some of the better furniture, including a bed, which will allow us to reset our spawn point. Unlike Minecraft, when you die, in Minecraft you would lose your inventory, and you would lose what levels you gained. In Terraria, there is no level system. There's just better armor, and you upgrade your health by finding heart crystals. When you die, you just lose a little bit of your money, but you keep your inventory. Unless you set it up on hard mode, which will then drop some items, but we're playing on softcore for now. The first thing we should craft there, Keith, I would say, is we need to get a better weapon.
Actually, one thing that I did forget to mention is that there's different forms of weapons that you can get. There's enchanted weapons that you can get that happens whenever you craft weapons. I'm going to throw Paul this weapon I just made, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about.
Oh, you got an enchanted. Oh, you asshole! I didn't get nothing.
I just made it, Paul. I enchanted it, or I just made a bow, which is I would much rather use a bow than melee. As you can see in Paul's inventory, it is enchanted, which means there's extra effects that go along with it.
Yeah, agile wooden bow. Look at that. Now, in order for Keith to make arrows, we will have to actually go and find stone.
I actually, as a matter of fact, have found arrows and made flaming arrows.
Speaking of stone, I think I might have found some.
There's a whole bunch right here, yeah.
Too hard to find. Alright, another thing that we're going to have to do eventually is our comrade here, Daniel. We have to eventually build a home for our NPCs. There are several NPCs that you unlock throughout the game when you reach certain criterias. Once you unlock a certain criteria, that particular NPC will spawn in your village the next day, which is why we need to do the day-night cycle manually. Because if we would rely on the server to do it, we could be here for hours waiting for it to go night to day again. So
I know, you might think that they're being moochers, but it's just part of the game.
Yeah, they don't do nothing. At least Daniel doesn't do nothing. Eventually you'll get merchants that you can sell some of your items to and earn money. You can purchase goods from them. There's specialties like the arms dealer, the demolitionist that sells items related to what they are. There's a nurse that if we pay a little fine will recover our health for us, which is important, especially during boss fights. So yeah, what is this? Oh, okay. Now, unfortunately, we're going to have to, because he doesn't seem to comprehend, oh, you jump up on that to get up there,
jump.
So
yeah.
NPCs aren't exactly the brightest bunch of people wandering in the world. So, what we'll have to do is we're going to have to find a spot. I see copper ore down there.
I do indeed.
And there's this cute little bunny.
You will see things like this frequently. They don't do anything. They're just just there. They're just there because they're cute. You want to get this copper ore real quick?
There's some on the surface. Look at that.
Let me get that. I'll get this. Oh, I gotta get the tree.
Oh, a mushroom. Mushrooms are used to recover health, which I'm pretty sure not very many people would be willing to pick up a random mushroom and take the chance of eating it and hope to God it makes them feel better, but we do. Birdies.
We're weird that way.
Yep, alright. Well, we're going to go ahead and end this first video, and we will see you again momentarily when we continue to randomly cut down trees and try to figure out how to get Daniel up from his, Widow Peak.
Predicament.
Yeah, his little Widow's Peak here he's kind of got himself on. Alright, see you then.
Bye, guys.